Now, I hope you guys didn't believe that title. I really hope you didn't think that I actually got to play the game early. But other people in the Pokemon community did. And I've asked Joe permission, Cerebi, if I could watch his preview and make a video on it. And he said sure. So shout out to Joe. I'll leave a link to his preview in the description. I haven't watched this yet, so super excited to check it out. The world's first shiny Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet. Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet preview.
The Pokemon Company International and Nintendo recently invited me to play an early part of Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. And within that, I got to experience much of what there is in the Paldea region, including finding the world's first shiny Pokemon in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
If anyone was going to do it, it would be Joe. If anyone was going to find the world's first shiny Pokemon, it would be Joe Merrick.
So
that's awesome. I'm really excited to see it.
So sit down, relax, and listen to everything.
It's a 12-minute video, and I'm pretty sure it was an hour-long play session they got to have.
Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are the much anticipated 9th generation of Pokemon games, and following from a massive departure from the norm that was Pokemon Legends Arceus, people have been wondering if these games will be more akin to Pokemon Sword and Shield or the new style of gameplay from Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Yep. I mean, I loved Legend Arceus. It was a nice change of pace. And I think one of my least favorite parts about Pokemon is catching Pokemon, and Legends Arceus made that fun. So I wouldn't be mad if they took the Legends Arceus catching mechanics and put them in the game, but then that would obviously mean they would have to take the Legends Arceus Pokedex, which just I don't think works in the modern era of Pokemon. So I imagine we're going back to the old way of catching Pokemon, which is you have to battle and then weaken them and throw the ball, and that sucks. But besides that, I think for the most part, it's probably very Legends Arceus-y.
An hour of gameplay, and we can tentatively answer that question.
Okay.
It's an amalgam of both, and is showing signs of being the most ambitious Pokemon title yet.
Okay, I mean that's pretty cool. I mean look at the boys just out in the wild.
We were let loose in the region of Paldea in the game shortly after the start.
Okay.
Free paths for the Gym Challenge of Victory Road, facing Team Star in Starfall Street, or facing the Titans in the Path of Legends were made available to us, and we were told we could do whatever we want, take whichever path that we want.
Okay, that's sick. Wow. Okay. So I guess he had an hour to play, and he could only. Okay. Wow. So
this feels like a sign of how the game truly is. It is a vastly open landscape. As all the paths were available to us, they did get flagged on the map, so you can easily go to whatever goal you desired at the pace in which you desire.
That's sick, man. Dude. I literally, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I usually like how linear Pokemon games are. So having the choice of three, I just like which one's the most optimal for me. Which one makes the most sense to beat first.
This really gives players the choice of where to go, rather than holding our hands and us being the passengers on the journey.
I think I would probably I'd probably just do like a mixture. Like I'd probably just like mix it up. I'd probably do like a little bit of the league, a little bit of the bad guys, and a little bit of the treasure hunt.
That said,
And then
characters do sometimes
back and forth.
Go and do particular things, such as check on other characters to lead you to the other story points as you go through certain stories. For example, Nimona suggested that we check on Arven after we defeated the gym. Pokemon has...
Oh, okay, so there is suggestions. Okay, sorry, I missed that. So there's suggestions, so it's like, I guess maybe like the way they would recommend you play, but it's not like a hard like limiter, which is awesome. I honestly I might follow the suggestions, to be honest, because I do like my brain enjoys that, but having the option is genuinely like so welcome.
Has been dabbling with open areas ever since 2016's Pokemon Sun and Moon, with the Pony Plains in Pony Island showing a small look at how the future may be. It then grew with the wild area in Sword and Shield, then the Isle of Armor.
That's actually a good point. I didn't realize that Sun and Moon. I didn't think about how Sun and Moon kind of had some open areas.
The Crown Tundra, and finally the Hisui region's 5 open areas in Pokemon Legends Arceus. The Paldea region really appears to be a final step into creating a big open world, and it really feels like it has hit the mark.
Okay.
We're only allowed in a small corner of Paldea, and that area itself was big. So often I found myself distracted from the main task just to see what was around the corner, up the cliffs, around the ridge.
Yeah, I mean, you're given like an hour to sit and play this damn game, and you're just like, What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I need to get info. I need to get info. What do I do? What do I do? I can't even imagine.
And I almost let the time that had been given to me run out before I hit any of the story paths because I was having such fun exploring and finding the Pokemon.
I do the exact same thing. When Legends Arceus first came out, I was in the first area for far too long. Not as long as some other people, but yeah, no, I'm gonna get stun locked. I'm gonna get stun locked by this game.
That said, I eventually did take the Victory Road path and did the gym test of finding some flora throughout the town of Artisan.
Okay.
When that was done, I started the battle against Brassius and went through the battle much in the way you would in prior games, but there was definitely more of a cinematic flair going into the battle.
Okay.
Small cutscenes showing more personality for the gym leaders than we saw in Pokemon Sword and Shield.
I love Brassius.
The world works well. Unlike Sword and Shield and Legends Arceus, you have a mini-map in the bottom right-hand corner to help you keep your location know where you're going, and you can set up waypoints to make sure you're on the right path. Riding on Coridon was a lot of fun and definitely sped up traversal, and it automatically shifted to climbing when I needed it, and I could glide at any time. Pokemon are found sprawled around the field. You no longer have to go for specific tools.
Oh, dude, this is honestly, this is one of the coolest features, the Let's Go feature. It turned from a video game to a feature.
For random encounters, and as far as we can tell, random encounters are no longer
Wooper Slime? I guess Wooper Slime must be like made to like make like TMs and stuff, right? Maybe? Or craft something.
exist in the game. Instead, this is more akin to the Legends Arceus game where they can be just about anywhere. They're not always just standing around waiting for you either, but you can see them sleeping or just going about their day. At one point I was gliding over the field on Coridon and looked down and I saw two Pokemon racing underneath me. And at one point I walked across the field and saw two deerlings sleeping amongst the grass while some other Pokemon flying behind them.
I love it, man.
You also see a group of 4 or 5 of the species of Pokemon together, sometimes with one of the evolutions in the middle. There is a catch to this though, as the wild Pokemon's interactivity is closer to Pokemon Sword and Shield than Pokemon Legends Arceus. You won't be running away from a Pokemon's attacks here to protect yourself, but at worst they will run at you to start the encounter.
Honestly, that's fine. The Legends Arceus stuff was cute, but after a while it did get very stressful. So I don't have any qualms about that. It was cool. It was a nice gimmick for the Legends games, but it's completely unnecessary here.
And that is how wild encounters primarily run. Much like in Pokemon Sword and Shield, if you walk into a Pokemon in the Overworld, you'll start the wild encounter. But unlike Sword and Shield, you will not go to a random backdrop. Instead, the world is seamless and you will even see the wild Pokemon and even other trainers or other player characters around in the background as you battle. They
really said, you guys keep complaining about how empty our backdrops are. Fuck it. We're removing them. That's cool. I wasn't the biggest fan of the Legends Arceus sort of backdrop because it did sort of like, I guess like the seamless. I mean, I didn't hate it, but it did kind of remind me of Pixelmon a bit. But they obviously did it way better than Pixelmon. Pixelmon's jank as fuck. But I mean, you know, I'm used to it now. I'm not gonna complain. I do miss the backdrops. That was like a very like staple Pokemon thing to me. But you know, I want the series to evolve, so I'm not gonna complain.
Like in Pokemon Legends Arceus?
It's very seamless. It's very fast. I think if it had to load into a backdrop, it makes the game longer, which, you know, you don't want. You know, a game about, you know, encountering wild Pokemon, you want it to be like as fast as you can, and yeah. So I'm not complaining.
Yes, you can even move a camera around at will, but unlike Legends, you cannot move your trainer character. There is also another way to start a battle.
Wait, what does he mean by that? What?
Pokemon and even other trainers or other player characters around in the background as you battle.
Oh, right. Okay. So while you're in the battle, you can move everything around except your trainer character. But in Legends Arceus, you can't move your trainer character in this game, but you could in Legends Arceus. That's fine.
On Legends Arceus, you can even move a camera around at will, but unlike Legends, you cannot move your trainer character. There is also another way to start a battle. If you're close enough to a Pokemon, you can aim with the ZL button and throw a Pokeball to get your lead Pokemon out to start a battle. Targeting will show you the name of the Pokemon as well as its level, and if you can...
I love this. This does look really, really clean.
By crouching and catch it unaware, there will be a small boost at the start of a battle, but I was never able to activate that.
Wait, what?
By crouching and catch it unaware,
hold on.
Targeting will show you the name of the Pokemon as well as its level, and if you can sneak up on it, especially by crouching and catch it unaware, there will be a small boost at the start of a battle. But I was...
A small boost? A small boost to what? Like your Pokemon's power, or like your catch rate, or... Did I miss here? Hold on.
You can even move a camera around at will, but unlike Legends, you cannot move your trainer character. There is also another way to start a battle. If you're close enough to a Pokemon, you can aim with the ZL button and throw a Pokeball to get your lead Pokemon out to start a battle. Targeting will show you the name of the Pokemon as well as its level, and if you can sneak up on it, especially by crouching, and catch it unaware, there will be a small boost at the start of a battle. But I was never able to activate that. We also saw a few wild Terra Pokemon.
Okay.
As already been announced, these Pokemon will automatically terastalize in battle against you and offer a challenge. In addition to that, defeating them will earn you LP, which can be used for both the TM machine and even just purchasing items in Pokemon centers throughout Paldea. They'll have a special aura around them and you can see them from far away, so you can definitely tell when you're going into a wild Terra battle. Comparison would be more akin to the alpha Pokemon that you find in Legends Arceus roaming around the Hisui region. Trainers also fill out the overworld of Paldea, but unlike past games, you have to talk to them in order to start the battle. They
Oh wow, that's different. Okay, I'm here for that. Sure.
will no longer spot you and force the battle to happen.
That is kind of like an iconic Pokemon thing though, like the trainer spotting you. So that is a little sad, but I think in terms of just like moving Pokemon to like the future and being more futuristic, it's fine.
If you do so wish, you can just basically skip every trainer in the Paldea region.
That's nuts. That is nuts.
Inviting you to battle as you approach, so you will know if there is a trainer ready for a battle. Items will also.
I wonder how that's gonna go down. I mean, it's like a quality of life feature, but also like it does lose a little bit of that charm, you know?
Out the overworld, and you can see them from far away with various auras shooting up into the sky. You'll have a red aura for standard items and a golden aura for TMs. There are also some hidden items. This helps the overworld feel more densely packed, so you won't go far without seeing someone ready for a battle. Items will also fill out the overworld, and you can see them from far away with various auras shooting up into the sky. You'll have a red aura for standard items and
Okay.
a golden aura for TMs. There are also some hidden items. This helps the overworld feel more densely packed, so you
Hidden items, yeah. Okay.
seeing something. Another change to
Okay.
traditional main series Pokemon titles, but following on from Legends Arceus, is that the time of day and weather are no longer tied to a real-time clock. Instead,
Okay.
Pokemon Scarlet and Violet has its own day/night cycle.
I think that's better. Like having your day and night tied to your clock is like a cool, like your own personal clock is a cool gimmick, because you know I guess it kind of like puts you into the sort of zone a bit more. It's like, oh, it's 7 p.m. Let me boot up Pokemon Diamond and evolve my Eevee into Umbreon. You know, like that's kind of cute, but I do like this more just because of how I play the game. But you know, other people will probably play Pokemon in like small play sessions, so it probably sucks for them. You know, like the Animal Crossing type beat people, but I mean it just leads to people time skipping, and I think they just didn't want that.
Weather is also another randomised feature in this game, taking more inspiration from Legends Arceus than the date-based weather of Sword and Shield. For example, whilst I was playing, as I was approaching Artisan, shortly after it became night, a rainstorm hit, and unlike Pokemon Sword and Shield, the player character was constantly reacting to it.
Oh wow.
Through the town, the character was trying to shield themselves and their eyes from the rain so they could still see while running, which is a really nice small touch.
That's really cute. That's cute.
Which didn't exist in the prior Pokemon games.
Okay.
One of the things that the Pokemon community is constantly asking about is shiny Pokemon, and it is one which we were so lucky to confirm. Shiny Pokemon are, of course, back in this game, and much to our surprise, whilst we were playing through, we actually managed to get the world's first shiny Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet outside of Game Freak and the Pokemon Company. As I was climbing up the cliffside, I got to the top, and amongst all the Pokemon, I found a shiny Skidoo.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's right. Continuing from Pokemon Let's Go and Pokemon Legends Arceus, shiny Pokemon are fully visible on the overworld.
Oh shit, let's go. That is huge. That is huge confirmation from Joe. Good shit.
Which is an improvement over Pokemon Sword and Shield, where you wouldn't know until you started a battle.
That is huge. Yes. Let's go.
We aren't quite sure if there was a special cue, visual or otherwise, due to how we approached the shiny Pokemon.
Right.
But it was really something to climb up there and find the shiny Skidoo. Unfortunately,
I'm so glad Skidoo's back in the game, man. I love Skidoo.
I can't keep it, which sucks, but it's getting the first full-on shiny Pokemon in the game is an experience I will never, ever forget. Battle-wise, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet definitely align more with Pokemon Sword and Shield. Gorn's Legends of Arceus is more simplified battle system with the agile and the strong styles of moves.
I wasn't a huge fan of the agile and strong style moves, so I'm glad. I prefer main series battle system.
And battles have returned to the more complex and full battle system of the previous main series titles. So your abilities and hold items and everything make a return, and despite that, battles are feeling much snappier and quicker than Shield. Now, good. Quicker, and they feel, I don't want to say less cinematic, but the animations don't require your attention as much.
Okay.
Customization certainly-
Which I think, I mean, it does kind of take away some of the personality, but I think it is for the best for the future of Pokemon. And like the fact that like everything seems to be getting faster, and then there's probably more content. It's like, you know, if you had all the animations from Sword and Shield plus all the content in this game, it would just be such a long game. So it's nice that they're making everything snappier, and like just you're just getting to the point right away.
Brings a new element to the battle and can give you a nice boost or type change to make things more suited to you. I didn't get to try it out too much in a deep way, but there's definitely a damage boost if you're terastalizing to the same type you already were.
Yep.
Needing to recharge for Terra Orb definitely feels like a good way to keep the game balanced so you're not constantly pressing the win button like you were with Zed moves.
Good. That's good. I wasn't a huge fan of Z moves. Wasn't a huge fan of Dynamaxing, from like a competitive standpoint. So hopefully this will be a nice balanced one. Hopefully a nice balanced gimmick. We'll see.
In Pokemon Sun and Moon. However, some changes from Pokemon Legends Arceus have made it through. While you learn moves in a similar way to Sword and Shield, where if your Pokemon hits the level, it asks you if you want to learn the move, Scarlet and Violet does continue Legends Arceus' method of relearning and forgetting moves.
Good. That, yes.
You can just do it from the menu at any time. You can also pull Pokemon out of your boxes at any time, just like in every game since Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee.
Good.
There's also a new feature where you can select the Pokemon and have it heal automatically using items from your bag to heal as required, which streamlines the process.
Oh shit, okay. Wait, so you can like auto heal just like based on the items you have with you? Oh my god, okay.
There's also a new feature where you can select the Pokemon and have it heal automatically using items from your bag to heal as required, which streamlines the process. The menu
That is so awesome to hear. I genuinely love that.
itself has followed the streamlined process the game itself has. Now, when you call up the menu with the X button, on the left you'll see your party and you'll be able to check their status, heal them and alter their moves on the fly, whilst on the right you'll get to have the bag, settings, save, and the Poke Portal, which is the game's method for connectivity. These are all
Okay.
striking and have a lovely style and goes with a more simplistic look, much like Pokemon Sword and Shield. The Pokemon
Okay.
Disco feature is also a fun thing to try out. If you send your Pokemon out into the overworld by throwing the Pokeball with the ZR button,
Yeah.
it'll follow you around, but you can press the button again to send it off in certain directions. This will let it get items for you, but it'll also have quick battles against other Pokemon.
I'm so ready for that, man. I'm so ready. This is awesome. Like this, I'm so ready. I really hope they keep making Pokemon games like this. Like just based on what we've heard, this sounds so fucking good.
These are very quick and often just one-hit actions, providing you with both experience and the items that the species of wild Pokemon will drop.
Yep.
These items have previously been revealed to be used for crafting TMs at the TM
Yep.
machine at Pokemon Center, so being able to do this helps make it feel more streamlined for a potential grind. So
Yep.
you can just send your Pokemon out and get the experience rather than having to go through the battles very slowly. While you do need to target the Pokemon at other Pokemon, and it's not as automatic as it could possibly be, it definitely has a lot of potential, especially as it's necessary in the Starfall Street story path. Another change is in regards to the trainer customization. In Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, you have the ability to change much about your character's appearance.
I really am looking forward to this too. I can't believe how much like they've literally went from like 0 to 100 in terms of customization. It's crazy.
Except for the hair at any time during your adventure. You can change the outfits,
Oh, you can change anything but your hair?
his appearance, except for the hair, at any time during your
Hold
adventure.
on.
In regards to the trainer customization. In Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, you have the ability to change much about your character's appearance, except for the hair, at any time.
I mean, yeah, you're not really a hairdresser, are you? So like, I'm fine to give that up. That's fine. But like, you can change like a bunch of other stuff like that. That is awesome. That is like Pokemon literally just sat down and were like, quality of life. How can we give these people quality of life?
You can change the outfits, eye shape, and more without having to go to the Pokemon Center or a boutique.
Good.
There is a massive amount of customization options that we saw, with boutiques allowing you to buy more clothes and hairdressers to change the hair.
Okay, yeah. So there is a benefit to going to the boutique, but if you wanted to just change something small, like you can just do it anywhere you want. That's good.
This time, however, there are no restrictions. All players can have all hairstyles or wear whichever clothes they want, regardless of the looks they started with at the beginning of the game.
Pokemon said, they, them? Yes, I'm so glad.
Every trainer has access to everything. You can also use emotes at any time through the D-pad.
You can use
in the
emotes?
Overworld. This can be done
Oh my god, yes, dude, yes.
access to everything.
Oh,
You can also
fuck
use
yeah,
emotes at
dude.
any time through the D-pad whilst on the Overworld. This can be done for pictures.
Okay.
Take selfies with you and your Pokemon, or you
That's,
and other players.
yes,
And
dude.
this is
They yes.
especially useful when you go into multiplayer and bring other players in through the Union Circle. Following the single player portion of the demo, we were given a chance to test out the multiplayer features of the game, and multiplayer truly is a key aspect of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and frankly...
Good, exactly. That's why even if I got given a copy early, I would be like, no thank you, I'm waiting to play with my homies.
It felt amazing. It is an evolution of what we saw in Pokemon Sword and Shield through the Wild Area, Crown Tundra and Isle of Armor, where you can see the other players through your game. Now this can be done with only up to 4 players at once, but it's such
That's
a nice
better.
to see because you can
That's
go
better.
on the adventure with your friends.
I love that. Yes, I'm so ready for this.
You can also organise battles, trades and raids and far more easier than the usual way, and notifications will come up on top if players in the same Union Circle are doing them. And next,
Good.
Being able to see what your friends were doing, even if you were inside battle, and they can see you.
That good.
Interconnectivity that people have truly wanted. All other
Yeah, it's literally what people have been dreaming of for years.
modes are still present. You can still do link trades, battles, surprise trades, plus the already announced Battle Stadium and even Mystery Gift, all without being in the same Union Circle.
This just blows my mind because this is the same company that released Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. I mean, they didn't make it, but they released it without it being finished, basically. There were still features missing from the game. This is the same company. Yikes, that's insane to me.
This uses link code, so each player has to put in the same link code in order to connect to each other. Terra Raid battles...
I'm happy with link codes. Link codes are fine.
Like a response to feedback that they received from Pokemon Sword and Shield's max raid battles. These are faster but are done in a way with the battle system in general. It's still turn-based, but you don't need to wait for other players to make their move in order to do your next one.
Okay, yeah, I saw that in the trailers. It's turn-based, but it's not as like turn-based. Like that's good. That's good. I'm very excited for raids in this game. I hope they're challenging.
However, there's still a bit of wait as it's not action-focused. Unlike max raid battles, there's also no shields to slow the battle down.
Okay.
There's an element partway through the battle which adds an extra bit of protection. This protection can be done far more easier with moves from terastalized Pokemon. All Pokemon can terastalize in these raid battles, but in order to access it, you need to have multiple moves hit the opposing Pokemon first.
Okay.
This works as a way to keep the battles balanced.
Okay.
If they're knocked out at the same time, or the time limit runs out, you will lose the battle.
Okay. Okay, so if everyone's knocked out, okay. Fair way to... I'm here for that. That's awesome.
It's a different battle system at first, but we actually lost our first raid battle in testing against a 4-star Cryogonal.
Oh my god, okay.
Exciting notion as max raid battles lost their challenge fairly early on in Sword and Shield.
Very true, they did. Max raid battles were, yeah, they were easy.
Pokemon Scarlet and Violet feels like it has so much potential to be a huge step forward of the franchise. There are so many surprises that have yet to be revealed, and if the potential holds throughout the game, Pokemon may have actually reached its new peak.
Yeah, good.
So desperate to play more, to see what else there is in Paldea, and if a full game continues on what the small snippet we have played shows, then it is truly going to be an exciting time for Pokemon fans. Roll on November 18th. And I'd like to thank you all very much for watching this preview, and if you have liked this video, press the like button.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, that was sick. It's super awesome to hear from Joe, like all these because you mean they like Pokemon show off all like these big important features and stuff like that, but they never really like get down to the nitty gritty of like you can use emotes, and like so it's nice to hear like the actual like gameplay, like the nitty gritty gameplay, what we're going to be experiencing, and genuinely super stoked from what I've heard. It feels like the game is jam-packed full of content, and I can't wait till next month. We're going to be streaming it here on my channel. A lot of people are asking, are you going to be playing Scarlet and Violet? Yes, I'm going to be streaming it on my channel, and I'll make any sort of videos I feel like making, but I'm going to be streaming it with some friends, and I just can't wait, man. This is, like, I don't need to hear anything else. I've already bought the games. Just give me them now. Well, give everyone them now. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts on everything that you've just heard in the comments. Bye.